Hi, this is video 5. After this one, I'm going to take a little break because my voice hasn't come in yet, and my throat is still scratchy, so you can tell. Yeah, so I'm going to take a little break from talking after this one, but I want to put it out there, so here you go. Okay. Um, hold a second, I have to move. Okay, I felt kind of lopsided for a second. Alright. Okay, so, this series is called The Good Doctor, and it was based on a Japanese television show. So, and Daniel Day Kim, a famous actor, is was involved in the production. I'm not really sure. They had 6 seasons, and I'm not really sure if they're gonna have a seventh. So we'll see about that. If they don't, I think they ended in a good place. Although I'd like to see um, the main character's child born, but that's just me. Um, okay. Okay. To give you some context, it started in 2017, and Freddie Highmore, which is familiar from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, um, he stars and produced the show, and all the actors on it are really good. Um, Nicholas Gonzalez, Bo Garrett, Thomas, and Richard Schiff. He's a veteran actor. He plays the friend of Sean Murphy. And so, okay. The reason why I like the series in the beginning was I like it. But the reason why is because the main doctor, is autistic. And of course, that's a disability. And up until then, you didn't see people with disabilities at all very much. I mean, now you're seeing it a lot more, but for a lot of my life, I didn't see a lot. So, um, and and I like it because it shows that just because you have a disability difference or whatever, they can still have a full life and go after your dreams, whatever they are. So, okay. Um, okay, so the main actor is, like I said, Freddie Highmore, and he plays Sean Murphy, and Sean spelled with a U. Um, so he has to deal with the normal pressures of life with autism, and also being a surgical resident. Now, over the years, he becomes a full-fledged doctor, but I'm only in season 1 of the DVD, so um, but the pilot does a great thing because it basically showcases and shows you the whole series, what the series is going to be like in one episode. You get you get context for him, you get flashbacks, but the flashbacks are put in different places and stuff, and it's strategically placed, so it's not like flashback. It's thrown in with some real life too, and then as the season progresses, I haven't finished all the DVDs of season 1 yet, but because there's 5 of them. Um, but even in the beginning DVDs, you start to see the beginning of a relationship, but the relationship is with his neighbor, so you don't automatically come to a romantic conclusion. But I like it because they become friends, and they become aware, familiar, whatever, of all their idiosyncrasies. So I enjoy that, and then of course it shows the factor of you don't always save every patient. So, but also it shows different technologies and different surgeries and different ways of approaching things. So I would say about 10 years ago or something, if it was done 10 years ago, they wouldn't have the advancements they do now. So you see some cases on there that if they had seen it that time, that they would have said, okay, this is a done deal and there's nothing else they can do. Like, okay, there's one episode of it's called Not Fake. And okay, so the main woman, the first woman, she is badly burned. And I mean badly burned. And so at first all they tell her is that they have to treat the burns and that she's gonna have to have skin grafts and whatever. So she gets mad because she thinks they're giving up on her and she doesn't want to be what she considers ugly. So she tells the doctor, like, I'm lucky. She's being sarcastic. She said, I'm lucky I found the one doctor that knows everything about burn treatments. So he feels bad, so then he starts doing research, and it turns out that they can do where they give you medical grade tilapia skins to cover the burns, and then your skin heals itself over some months. I mean, like 6 months. So there's some time involved, but you can look almost the same as you did before. And it's not about, in this case, I didn't mind it because it's not about vanity, but you're young, so, you know, you'd still like to have your vitality and stuff. So. And there's also another episode that I really like. It's on this too. It's 22 Steps. And the reason why I like it so much is because it's the first time he treats an autistic patient. So he's very familiar with the symptoms and everything, and he knows how to treat. But then it's kind of like reverse because the parents of the kid don't want him to treat him. But it works out anyway. And then also, as a side note or whatever, in the episode, there's two things. Paul Dooley, a famous actor, guest stars in that show, and he plays the patient that has heart problems. He has heart failure. So his whole life they've been giving him the heart the pacemakers, and the pacemakers just run out. So he says, I'm tired of doing all this stuff and I'm tired and I hurt all the time. So he basically says, let me die, which is sad, but they let him do what he wants because he's a patient. I mean, they do try to talk him into other methods, but ultimately. Okay, and then the other thing, a smaller thing, and I think the best part for me is in the beginning of the episode, they show Sean looking at TVs from outside, like the street, and he looks inside the window and he sees these TVs. So he sees a TV he likes, and because he doesn't have a TV, and it cost him $1,600 or whatever. So the friend Richard Schiff, his character, tells him you can't afford that. And then the ending scene is them in the store watching the whole wall of TVs and stuff. And the salesman in the store says, you can't stay here for that long and whatever. Then he says, I want to buy this TV. So then he sees the price of the TV and he says, the salesman says, stay as long as you want. And the funny thing is, like, that's also funny because it's ironic, you know what I mean? Because, like, once he says he's going to pay him a bunch of money, he says to stay, whatever. But the funny thing is that they're watching, like, football game on the TVs, and that they really get into it. And then he says, I want to go to the Super Bowl. And then, so the older guy's saying, but you can't afford that. And then he changes his mind in 5 seconds and says, well, No, we should. We should go to the Super Bowl. You want to go to the Super Bowl? Yay, okay. So it's like really funny. And it's like, it's just, you have to watch it because there's a certain sequence of events that it just makes it really funny. So, yeah, as you can tell, I like season one. I'll make another video probably tomorrow when I finish all the DVDs and give you a full report on everything. All right, I'm gonna take a couple hours of break, okay, to rest my voice, and also I'll come back with the soap operas and stuff. I'll come back with more stuff. I just need to rest my voice. All right, see you guys.